how to make a video, or at least how I make these videos. Obviously other people do it in other ways. I've watched lots of videos of talking heads. I know what a head looks like. If you don't have anything to show me except a talking head, then you might as well just use audio. But I didn't want to travel around the world to make on-location video, so I decided to do a slideshow with a voiceover giving the meat of the story and possibly a musical underlay of something relevant. First, I choose a subject. I have a list of possible subjects that's currently several dozen possibilities, but sometimes something suggests itself as needing to go to the head of the queue. Sometimes I hear something that is so absurd as to be crying out for a rebuttal. Then I do the research. All human knowledge is on the internet, and Google helps me to find it. I have a dozen translations of the Quran and a few dozen of the Bible, for example. Then I write a script. That will usually be 1 or 2 pages, occasionally 3. I have a headset with a microphone, Labtec C324, and a little MP3 recorder, Olympus Digital Voice Recorder VN8600PC. And I take these into a quiet room and start to record. I record in 30 to 60 second pieces because that way, if I fluff a line, I can redo just that piece. I then connect the Olympus to a computer running Linux and move the MP3 files to the computer. The first part of processing is to join all those files together. I do that with the command sox vn star video.mp3. Next, background music. That I think can add to the mood, or sometimes make a statement about the content. For example, with an especially surrealistic story, I've used the Sousa Liberty Bell March, which is perhaps best known as the theme music to Monty Python's Flying Circus. Or March of the Gladiators, which brings to mind clowns and circuses. I get the music from Wikimedia Commons because I want it to be free from copyright. Anything written 100 years ago is out of copyright, but then the performance might also be copyright, so I'm careful to use a performance that is not copyright. I have had a couple of copyright claims on the music I use by people who had the copyright on a different performance of the same music, but I've always disputed the claim successfully by citing the exact URL that I got it from and quoting the no copyright statement on that page. I use sox again if the music is too loud to make it softer. Sox-V 0.3 witches.mp3 witches.3.mp3. Then I combine the voice recording with the music. Sox-M is the command that I use. Next I play the video mix.mp3 file and mark on my script the timings of the sentences, and that gives me some idea of the graphics that I'm going to use. Again, I look for copyright-free graphics on Wikimedia Commons. I find something suitable for each segment. Sometimes I like to make a small joke, such as when I was talking about custody of children, I used a picture of custard. I like to use fine art pictures as illustrations, but I use whatever serves the purpose. Once I've found the graphics, I edit them using GIMP because they need to be 1280 by 720 pixels. So I scale and or crop and or extend the canvas to get the required size, and I convert them to PNG files. Now I'm ready to make a playlist. I know how many seconds each segment is, and therefore how many copies of the graphics I need. I have a little program that does this. Pickstream.pl -f stones.pg -a9 -b23. That will copy the file called stones.png to files image009.png to image023.png. So, if my script was 300 seconds, I now have 300 image files. To combine those into a video, I use FFmpeg. That gives me a silent video, so then I add in the sound, also using FFmpeg. I have a standard intro, a graphic of a Seth Rontgen video, but more recently I've made a 7-second intro of thunder, lightning and rain, very dramatic, with a Seth Rontgen video overlaying it. Only 7 seconds because I've sat through so many 60-second intros before the video got down to the meat of it, so I won't do that to other people. Then I upload the video to YouTube, but I keep all the components on my computer in case I need to remake the video for whatever reason. Here's some things I found out the hard way not to do. 1. You can record your voice on a smartphone, and maybe there's a way to make it sound okay, but I didn't find a way, and I had the Olympus and headset from another project, so I used those. 2. Don't make your video in 640 by 480. YouTube really wants 1280 by 720. 3. Make sure that everything you use isn't someone else's copyright. It isn't difficult to find suitable non-copyright stuff. 4. Don't let the music drown out your voice.